Hello, I would like to inform you that what you're about to listen to are the views and comments from the host and guests and only reflect their own views and not the community as a whole. I hope you enjoy the podcast, and Eddie, play that banter section.
Hi guys, Eddie here, and no banter section this week, this episode. I'm still in holiday mode. There's a lot that's going on at the moment in my life. Nothing bad. I'm just trying to just get some things back into some normal state at the moment. So yeah, give me time. And I've just come back from VeeamCon. Some good, some bad, but yeah, we'll talk about it one of these days. I don't know if it's as an unscripted maybe or as a review of the event, but yeah, we'll get there. Anyway, I'm babbling and talk about babbling. So this thing you're about to listen to. So I recorded a podcast extra with Lele Cosplay about a show that we saw, or it's a franchise, or no franchise. Anyway, it's a story called Your Lie in April, and we both saw the stage show of it. I then proceeded to watch the anime, and yeah, we decided to talk about that in the podcast extra from a different podcast that was talking about, I think, safety in Comic Con, and yeah, I wanted to do something a little different for the podcast extra because it was I think it was a heavy episode. And I thought, let's do something different. Let's bring it up, happier note type of thing. And like I said, we both watched this show, and I wanted to just share with the world how much I enjoy this show and things like that. So hopefully you'll get to listen to that. And hope next week we will be back on the normal schedule. So watch this space. Well, I say watch this space as an audio podcast. So listen for this clip. I don't know. Anywho, enjoy the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. And if you'd like more things like this, let me know. If you can, oh my god, this is what they talk about in the podcast extra. Head to the Patreon, please help support me. It's always good to get people's support on this. So yeah. Anyway, I'll let you listen to the podcast. I'll catch you guys soon. Bye. Yeah, welcome back to the... Do I say welcome back? welcome to the podcast extra. I don't know. Again, I'm convinced there's one person who will listen to this first before the main podcast. And it doesn't really matter which way you listen to it.
No.
Although, if they listen to this first and seen the title of Our Comic Con Safe, and then we're going to be start talking about Your Lie in April, they're going to be very, very confused. I might have to change the title of the podcast extra. I may just leave it as Our Comic Con Safe in brackets Your Lie in April. But anyway, we just did, as a main podcast, we're talking about our Comic Con Safe, and I could talk about that a little bit longer. We could talk about it a little bit longer. Sorry, just to reintroduce, this is Lele of Lele Cosplay. Say hello. And so basically, this is just my vehicle to talk about Your Lie in April because I have been hyper fixating on this anime, this show, since Lele took me to the stage show. So do you want to talk about that bit first?
Yeah.
About the general show around it.
So, yeah. I'm sorry that I've ruined your life.
You have so ruined my life. I will go to my grave whispering your name out loud, say, she's the one. She caused this. Carry on.
It's alright, I'm dying.
Don't trigger me. Don't trigger me.
Oh, God. So, yeah, stage show first.
Well, how do we end up going?
So, I got invited to a, so there's a Your Lie in April anime / manga has been turned into a musical, which, it was already in Japan, and they brought it to the West End.
Yes.
And it had already been out for about a month.
Yeah.
And then they were bringing in cosplay Sundays where they were encouraging people to come dressed in cosplay, not just from Your Lie in April, but from as like a celebration of all anime and manga, and encouraging people to come in any anime and manga cosplays.
Sorry, I'm only laughing because I remember the conversation when I first saw you. I went, isn't that Asuka from Neon Gelia? He went, yeah. And then I got so confused. Like, what?
Like, well, aren't we going to see Your Lie in April? And I'm like, yeah.
And then she explained it. So yeah. Anyway, carry on.
And I got invited for this sort of opening night of the Cosplay Sundays kind of press event sort of thing for it. And I decided to bring Eddie along because I'm nice like that. Not because I needed him to hold all my shit half the time.
And take photos. and take photos.
You definitely didn't end up being my pack mule.
I really did feel like, hold this. Every soldier just hold my phone. Take this photo with my camera phone. Oh, please do this. I'll do that. Oh, I'm being in. Just hold this. Oh. And there's me just holding going.
Honestly, that sounded exactly like me.
I have to listen back an hour and see how I sounded. Shit, man. Anyway, you carry on.
So yeah, we went to go and see the stage show, and I watched the anime just literally the week before. I hadn't seen it before, and I decided I wanted to watch it before going to the show. So I just watched it. And Eddie, you hadn't seen it at all.
No, I hadn't seen it. I because you gave me about. Oh no, you did give me some like 4 or 5 days, which
over a few days.
Yeah, and which is possible to watch that series in one go. But I didn't know it was a series per se. I think I knew it was an anime, got turned into a musical, but I thought it was one of those film animes rather than series anime. So I didn't bother watching it. So I went in very, very. I was going to say uneducated, very blind. That's it. I went in blind about the show, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand why it was called Your Lie in April, because I was born in April, and I'm thinking, this is about me.
Am I the lie?
Is this an intervention or something? And just Lele just drag me along just to like, anyway. So, but after we watched it, oh my god, the aftermath talk of it. Look, this is practically the aftermath, because we met with other cosplayers I knew as well. And we were having a debrief about it, and we were just saying, I said, oh, I saw, I was saying to one cosplayer, I went, oh, I saw you tear up a little bit. And then when looked at me, I went, yeah, but we saw you tear up as well, Ed. I was going, fuck, I got caught out, shit, and things like that. And I mean, later after we were chatting about it, and I went, like, how emotional did you get from this? And you did say, like, for watching the anime, you were, go on, say it.
So, watching the anime, when I watched the anime, I was full on ugly crying. Like, hardcore, ugly crying.
Yeah.
And when I watched the show, there was probably an element of obviously I already knew what was coming.
Yeah.
So, obviously when you've gone in blind, you've got no idea.
Yeah.
So it's going to hit you harder. But also, I felt like they had... It was a little bit lighter, the show.
Absolutely, yeah. So they've pulled. So look, it's a 22 episode series, and I had to condense that to 2 hours. Did you know there's a live action Japanese film of it?
No.
Oh.
Ooh.
We'll talk afterwards. We'll talk afterwards. And I've been watching parts of the live action one as well, and they've all taken different approaches about how to convert the original manga into whatever way. But yeah, so there was full on ugly crying. So we will talk about what the story is and then go into spoiler territory. So if you are, like I said, haven't watched it, keep listening. We will say the word spoiler at some point.
Yeah.
So after we watched the stage show and she told me this ugly cry, I went, how bad can it be? So I started watching it during my lunch break. They're 20 minutes long, so I thought I could watch 3 episodes in my lunch break, watching it, and I got so far, and I think I was 4 episodes to the end, and already I knew what was coming, and I messaged Layla. I went, seriously, how safe am I watching this at work? And generally she said, don't watch it at work, watch it at home. And that
I was
night,
like, yeah, no. I was like, let's just say from about halfway through the second to last episode,
yeah,
right the way through to the very, very end of the end episode,
yeah.
I was just crying non-stop.
Oh,
Yeah.
Layla already knows, but I will say something about that scene when we get to it. But yeah, when I messaged her that, I went, look, I'm only 4 episodes to the end. I'll just binge watch the whole lot at the end. I then wrote on Facebook once I finished it. I'm going to find it so I can say verbatim what I wrote on Facebook. Oh, give me a sec. Where is it? Okay, I wrote. Oh, what's that? Oh man, there was a post I shared and it's now gone. Anyway, sorry, I digress. I wrote, binge finished Your Lie in April late at night was not the best idea. Much ugly crying to be had. So it actually guarantees you from there. And subsequently, I've seen now memes of people going, "Oh my god, it's April! What's wrong with April? Oh my god!" And they obviously bring up the whole storyline. So anyway, just to explain the storyline, and I'm hoping I'm doing it as best as possible. It centers around 4 people. We got a pianist called Corsair, his best friend, next door neighbor called Tsubaki, who they've been childhood friends, from a little kid up to where they are. They're, I wouldn't say jock, but the best way is to like playful jock.
Yeah. Not douchebag jock, fun guy jock.
Absolutely called Watari. And they all meet this girl because this girl called Kaori, who wants to date Watari, because who wouldn't like to date
he's Mr. Popular.
Yeah, Mr. Popular. He's good looking. Obviously, he's the jock. He's going to go far. Things like that. But because she's a violinist, I should say as well. And at some point during the halfway season, she goes, "Look, Corsair, I would like you to help me become just do and accompany me during a competition as a violinist." He reluctantly do it because you find out through the series that he only really did it for his mother, who at the time was going through some medical issues and then passes away. That's not a spoiler. That is fairly evident towards the beginning of the series and things like that. And when you watch it, you get the sense of like they're doing it to help Corsair get out of his rut, his mental block about how he deals with him being a pianist, because you find out very early on as well that Corsair can't hear music, as in he can hear music like from the radio, CD, other people playing, but once he starts playing the piano, he'll hear it for a moment, and then all of a sudden the music drowns out, and it effectively
he's basically got
PTSD trauma.
Yeah.
Literally about to say the words. Thank you very much. And things like that. And yeah, I think I now have to start hitting the word spoiler. So if you're hearing this and you don't want to be spoiled about the ending, stop now. Come back to this whenever you can.
Stop now. Go binge watch the anime.
Binge watch the anime and things like that.
Have a little cry.
Oh god, yeah, you'll need those tissues. Well, not for those reasons, for the different reasons.
For sad reasons.
So basically, you find out about halfway through the season that Kaori is ill. She's sick, and she effectively spends the latter half of the series in hospital and things like that. And you watch it and you see, and she's still having a go at Corsair all the time by saying, play the piano, do this. Look, I'm going to do something that will get me out of hospital, and on this day, we will play together on stage. No, seriously, I am starting to go a little bit. Towards the end, and this is literally what Lele was talking about, the last 2 episodes, Corsair and Kaori, the violinist and the pianist, are talking, and they're saying, "Oh, by the way, my surgery is actually the day of your performance. I won't be there, but look, we'll both be strong. We'll both get through it," and things like that. But that last episode, oh god, now I really can feel myself going. This is how much this show has affected
It's,
me.
yeah,
I honestly, when I mean ugly crying, it was ugly crying. Basically, the performance is him. He's on stage and he's getting through it. He's literally overcome his PTSD, his trauma. I think fully, or at least in some way.
yeah.
But he imagines Kaori playing the violin in front of him, and they're playing together one last fuck. Shit. And that scene broke me because they also flick
Beautiful.
between also her on the operating table as well. And it feels like he knew that was it for her.
It's like he knows that she's not actually coming back
Yeah.
from this.
Mm-hmm. And oh fuck, I think he might have to talk for a little bit because I am going a little bit.
So yeah,
And
he knows that she's not coming back from this,
yeah,
but he keeps going anyway,
mm,
and he's overcome. He's broken through,
yeah.
and
Because you do
God,
see
it's just-
him, yeah. Because you do see him become a stronger person, a more confident person. Like the start of the series, he's like very face down, looking always at the ground, and you see him actually head up now, more stepping forward into life and things like that. I generally during that part of the performance when she fades in his
Yeah.
mind, and this is the bit I told Lele before the podcast. I said, even though I know it's an anime, I know she's not real. I know all these things. I genuinely said out loud, "Oh my god, she had so much to live on. Why did she have to die?" I said that out loud into an empty home, watching ugly crying, knowing she's not real. But I said those words, and this is how much the show really affected me. Really,
it's
absolutely.
so moving. It's so emotional. Like you get so invested
Oh yeah,
in both of those characters.
100%. And that's only the first half of the last episode.
Yeah.
Because the second half of the episode, fuck me, even though I knew the ending through the stage show, and we'll talk about the stage show later in a moment, they explain why it's called Your Lie in April. So basically when they first all meet up, it's during their Sakura season where the cherry blossom comes out in April. Before she goes, Kaori, she has written a letter to Korsei, and he doesn't read it immediately when he's giving this letter, because I think from the scene it's like cold and snowy and all that, and he holds on to this letter until, again, more or less.
And he's not ready yet.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like I said, he's broken through a lot of his trauma, but he's not ready to face opening that letter.
At first. He then starts reading it, and obviously she's just doing her little bit and things like that. The lie is, so why the series called Your Lie in April was, the lie is that actually the lie was, I'm trying to remember how she says it, that Kaori loves Wataru.
Yeah.
Who is the jock. And Korsei's go, what? Because she was always and always will be in love with Korsei. But because, oh fuck me, I'm going again, shit, I feel it. Because she knew, sorry, I will get through the sentence. Because she knew she wasn't going to be long for this world, there was no point in, oh fuck me, I'm going, I really am going. There was no point of her like trying to strike something with Korsei, because
I think she knew as well because of obviously, when they first met,
yeah,
he was
he was a mess.
He was a mess from his trauma and had really withdrawn from everything and everyone.
Yeah.
I think she knew that if she'd just come out and said to I like Korsei, and had tried to start something with him, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't have opened himself up to it.
100%. And her main real goal wasn't not just to like fall in love with him and date him, but also to have a performance with him. And they do have a performance together about a third of the way into the series. I'm hoping I'm talking to the people that know the series. But also, there's another love triangle that Tsubaki, the neighbor who is friends with Korsei, also likes Korsei, but she doesn't quite realize it and know herself, or is in denial.
Yeah.
But Kaori sees it plain as day and didn't want to get in the way of that because, again, she knew she
Again,
wasn't.
Yeah. She knew that
She wasn't
even if
one for this world.
she had cried and he had said yes,
Hmm.
that it would have been fleeting,
Yeah, absolutely.
and she didn't want to. She didn't, she didn't want that, and she didn't want to put that on Tsubaki either.
Yeah,
Of having to
watch that.
watch the person that she loves with somebody else and stuff,
Yeah.
when it was never going to be able to last, because she
Mm-mm.
knew that she knew she'd be gone soon.
Yeah.
So instead, she said, "I love Watari," which is their friend, so that she would have a way to get closer to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, if you're going, oh, Watari seems like he's taking a real brunt of all it, trust me, he doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't care, but he's a bit of a ladies' man. He's moved
He's a bit
on.
Jack the Lad, isn't he?
Jack the Lad. He's kind of moved on in a positive way, not in a negative way,
Yeah.
type of thing. So do not worry about Watari, okay?
Yeah.
And things like that. I don't like you don't know this, but even after I watched that, I was like, not driving. I was traveling home, and I thought I'll bring up some clips of the show. And again, I just started crying in the middle of the train. I did it quietly and subtly, but I could just feel tears running down my face. I'm going, "Oh, you fucking bitch!" I also binge watched it quickly because of the time scale. So the Stay show, unfortunately, the day that we're recording this, which is the 11th of August, tonight is the last night. For some reason, it was meant to go to September 11th, I think, or September time.
Yeah, it was September. It was meant to run till.
But for some reason, it got cut short. Again, don't know if it's because of ticket sales issues. Don't know, and I don't want to speculate and things like that.
Yeah.
But I binge watched that so that I can just see the show one more time. So that generally, actually, I did say to Layla, I said, I'd love to compare it once I've seen this series and then the Say show. And I was lucky enough that, so the Sunday show we had first covers that were performing some of the main roles. Whereas when I watched it on my own, it was the full cast. And I just want to say, if this is not a love letter to the Stay show, I absolutely just want to say thank you for making me watch a series, for giving me something I didn't realize I needed in my life. I would go for the cast members, but I know I'll butcher their names. But you know who you are. I've already messaged them as an Instagram tags to say I met you guys. This is the the only time I've actually stood at the stage door to get signatures and selfies. This is how much it meant to me. I will admit that if you somehow get to watch the Say show either online or if they do come back or whatever, it's not the fault of the cast or anything like that. There are elements of the show that doesn't get covered at all from the anime, and I think they're missing those key parts from it.
And that is, like you said, just because of it is difficult to fit 22 episodes into a 2-hour show.
Because there's a small part where there's a lot more involvement with Korsei's rivals when he was younger.
Yeah.
And I feel that that's a huge important part of that storyline, but doesn't really get covered enough. And there's a bit where one of the rivals' little sister is involved in the anime and is not covered in the stage show. And I can understand why that got cut out. Even the music teacher doesn't feature.
No.
And I think, again, that is quite important. So, but like I said to Layla at the time, I said, when I first watched it, I went, oh, clearly they can't fit 22 episodes into a 2-hour show. But they did so well from it.
Yeah.
I do feel that the songs they sung throughout the majority of the show was a bit too cheery. But I think that's meant to be something that gives you that false security of it. But as I said, I've binge watched this, and I'm probably going to binge watch it again after this podcast finishes, because I think I'm picking up other noticeable things about how Kaori behaves in the show and things like that. But I just want to say, Lele, thank you for inviting me, but also fuck you. You have ruined my life.
You're welcome.
I can't now listen to a
Welcome.
violin now and think of Kara. I sent her a screenshot of it. Cause she's the only person I can talk to this because she knows what trauma I've gone through. I literally sent her a screenshot of it. Why am I on Amazon looking up Kaori figurines? I haven't bought one yet, but it's on the list.
The thing is, I'd already been doing that like a week before. I've been looking as well. I get it.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, but like I said, it's such. I think I said I was saying this to a friend. I was saying that I relate to 3 of the characters. I reckon myself in Korsei, who has lots of self-doubt, self-deprecating, doesn't have no confidence and things like that, and not noticing when someone goes, "Hey Korsei, I like you." I'm fucking blind to that and things like that. Tsubaki, the neighbor, childhood friend. Again, I relate to her. Like, she wants to say to someone, "I like you, I love you, can we date?" And I've been in that situation so many times, and never had the courage to do that. And all you do is you stand by them as long as you can, as often as you can. And then, sorry, this feels like a therapy session. It's not meant to be. And Kaori, I hope I keep pronouncing her name correctly, but Kaori, I relate to her because I feel like I've been in a situation where I want to get close to someone, but I know nothing could come out of it. But I'm happy enough, or just happy enough that I've been involved close enough to that person and just let them slip by, type of thing. I'm not dying, by the way. I'm just saying I'm not dying. That's not what I relate to. But like I was saying, I mean, what does that show mean to you?
I think for me as well, his trying to get through his trauma. I think that's like a really huge part for me. That I think anybody that has been through, especially like family related trauma,
Mm.
it'll be very moving for you, and sort of watching him trying and struggling and failing and trying again and struggling and failing and then eventually getting there. That's like a really big thing for me, that you know it's emotional. It's sometimes hard. It's almost sometimes hard to watch.
Mm.
But it's just really powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm in love with Kaori.
I will admit, I like I said, when I was ugly crying and saying she had so much to live for, why did she have to die? I truly meant that. Because
Like she has so much life. Do you know what I mean? Like she has so much spirit.
I was going to say, she uses what she has and just amplifies it so that everyone feels it. Don't get me wrong, she bullies Korsei a lot.
Oh yeah.
But in a positive way of like saying, you cannot give up your gift as a pianist, even though you did it for wrong reasons. You still have a great gift. And, the way that she just used that time to be with Korsei and wanting to have one last performance, but never... One last performance together. Seriously, I can't think of that last scene at the concert hall without wanting to cry. Because I don't care about people thinking, "Oh, you're a pussy." Fuck off, I don't care. It's a very emotional scene, and I absolutely love how that was presented. And I think I'll tell you something. There was a friend who said, I was talking about Your Lie in April, and apparently they were reading the manga, and they got to the bit, I'm assuming she passes away. Apparently she threw the book across the room. And I know what that means now. I absolutely am where she is. Like I said, I going back to the Say show, even though it's a very condensed 22 episodes into a 2-hour show, I loved every moment of it. There are small gripes I have with the choice of direction, either with the character or, as I said, the song type or things like that. But overall, the one thing I really want to mention is that I didn't even notice this the first time around until someone mentioned it. it's an all Asian cast.
Yeah.
That's very rare. Even though I think it's the first time it's happened in the UK at least. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's there's a lot of them in Japan, but here it's not that often. And to have an all Asian cast, it was amazing to see,
Yeah.
and it's always good. And like I said, I didn't really pick it up because I think I'm used to seeing Chinese people or Asian people all
Every
the time.
time you look in the mirror.
Fucking hell, Jesus! There's one guy. Every time I see him in the bar, oh god, I'm gonna deck him. But yeah, no,
It was really good, and like we've kind of said as well when we were talking before that obviously it's so good that they did that and had that representation there and did it as an all Asian cast.
Yeah.
And potentially that the way that they portrayed her playing violin on stage.
Yeah, we've had it. We both have issues with, not saying issues, we both had comments on it where, yeah, you go, sorry.
Yeah, where basically she doesn't actually play the violin. They have a violinist come out who plays next to her, and she basically air violins the actress next to her. And I would assume it's because of it was probably very difficult to find an actress who can do musical theatre and sing and dance and play the part correctly,
Yeah.
who also plays violin. That's that it's probably there's already a very limited pool of people who are right for the role, who can sing and dance and do all of that, and who can also play violin. That's already a very small pool of people. When you add on doing it as an all Asian cast to that already limited pool,
Yeah.
it may well have just been impossible to find somebody that's
Well,
right that can do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's a cliche of like Asian parents forcing their kids to learn a musical instrument. I'm just saying.
I mean, the violinist was Asian.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
I'm
but
pretty sure the violinist was Asian, but again, she's a violinist. She probably was. She's not necessarily an actress and singer and stuff.
No. But
finding someone that can do all of it and that
Yeah.
is correct for the role is probably actually very difficult, and that's I
Absolutely.
imagine anyway. That's probably why they went with that.
But I will
as a way of
say,
doing it.
yeah. But I will say, the at least the night I saw Corsay, the main actor who played Corsay, he could play the piano because there are clips of him playing the piano. I don't know who played the first cover for him when we saw it together, but I don't know if he was playing live or not. Because
I couldn't work it out
because I was sat up top when I watched it. We were sat in the stall. Is it stall area? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stall. I was in the balcony area and I could watch, and I was like watching the time of his hands. I'm going, oh, that's really good matching of the time and playing that. And then I went, wait a minute, he's playing that live. Oh my god! So yeah, I will employ I will implore people that if you have got this far and we've spoiled it for you, I still say watch it. Please go and watch it. Find a way to watch it. There's Crunchyroll has it. I might have found an alternative method. We won't go down that road. But honestly, I think it's a really fun show. The animation is great. There's lots of fun moments, a lot of funny moments, and things like that. But
oh yeah, definitely. It's not 22 episodes of ugly crying.
No, absolutely not. And
there's moments, and also there's really fun moments and funny moments and light-hearted moments and stuff, and heartwarming moments.
I mean, there's a scene where when Kaori is trying to get Kosei to accompany her for the first time in this violin competition, she gets the help of Tsubaki to go, look, I'm trying to get Kosei to do it. Can you help me? I think, of course. And they literally, the moment they hash this plan to the day of the competition, they like play classical music of the piece that they're going to be playing on stage throughout the school. Everywhere he goes, to his locker, to his textbook, to his home, it's covered in musical sheets of the song, so you can't get away from it. And it's such it's such a funny scene. And anytime that Kaori is bullying Kosei, it's done in such a
Mm.
fun way, and it is, like I said, you
Like I
do
said,
that.
I find there's just like like I said, like uplifting, like when she jumps into the river and he
Oh
jumps in
yes,
after her.
yeah,
Like it's
absolutely,
just really uplifting and like heartwarming and just
yeah. Because, like I said, it flips between the story about Corsair being getting out of his trauma, his PTSD, and also flips it to Kaori's journey, in a sense, to her end.
mm,
But like you said, there's a moment where Corsair all of a sudden just starts running against this train, and you can see that change in his personality, the change of who he is becoming, and it's so good to see that, and it's an
mm,
example we could all learn from and become from time to time. I can't stress enough how much ugly crying you will do to this show, and if you don't, you are dead
you
inside.
are if you don't, you are a soulless robot.
You are.
Like
Oh yeah, because we should say that Corsair was known as the metronome.
yeah, the human metronome.
Because he's so perfect, so good to the note on the music page, the rhythm of the pace, that he got it perfect. But to his mother at the time, that wasn't good enough for some
Mm.
strange reason, and you'll see it in the show, if you watch it and things like that. And again, I know I said it once, I'll say it again. Thank you for inviting me to the Say Show. You still have ruined my life. I just want to. I'll put that on record. If you ever get invited,
Thank you, I hate you.
yeah, I hate you. If you ever get invited to another stage show type of thing, don't invite me. Unless it does involve ugly crying towards the end, and then yeah, I might take it up.
I might do it, maybe.
It might do. It might do. But I genuinely, I just think, like I said, I think I said I relate to all three of them. I think I really, if I be very honest to myself, I wish I was like Carrie. I wish I
Yeah,
was her spirit, her life energy,
yeah.
and just seizing the day. There are days where I've just like lay in my
Mm.
bed and go, "Fuck, I've wasted the day away." I needed to rest. I needed to
Yeah.
do that. But watching her like live life, and again, I will stress this one more time. I know she's not real. I know she's a fictional character. But I just,
But I found as well there was so like for example when when they're up on the roof in the snow
mm,
and there's a moment then where she breaks a little bit, she starts crying and she says she's scared,
mm,
and I think that might have been the first time that you see her, that you really actually see the yes, she's so positive and has so much spirit and
yeah.
so
But it's the
but
first, yeah, it's the first time she
she's
breaks in front
yeah,
of Corsair, because there's a bit where I think they're both riding a bike. She's up behind, and she breaks them, but not in front of him.
yeah.
So she has her moments. She's she's such a strong character. Honestly, it's a character that we should all strive to become. Obviously, not the
Mm.
dying bit, but
But the bits before that, yeah.
yeah, bits before that, and I like to
She
learn
just
from her.
like wants to like live life to the fullest.
Yeah, and I honestly, I can't stress how well written. I don't know how long the manga is, but if you watch the anime, 22 episode, I don't think there's one dull episode. There's not one.
No.
There's one side character, one side story that feels like it's putting away from the main focus. They all have an important role and range in
You know,
the whole
I,
thing.
I kind of found myself sat there thinking, this is mad. Like, it'd be at the section where there's, one of the performances going on.
Mm,
And I'm literally sat there on the edge of my seat
yeah.
watching this cartoon man play the piano. I'm sat there like, I am literally like on the edge of my seat. I am sat here like,
Mm.
you know, just like so like nervous for him and so like
Oh
oh
yeah.
my god, what's going to happen and is he going to be able to do it, and then oh god, like and I'm sat there like I have never felt this intensely about a cartoon man playing the piano. Like it's ridiculous.
Exactly, because once the music starts drowning out in his head, you do panic and things like
Yeah,
that. But again, don't want to ruin too much if you haven't seen it, if you've somehow kept on listening. But when Cowie, helps him to pick up where they left off. Because part of the competition is that you're supposed to just keep on playing, but she decides to stop, looks at Kosei, and instead of berates him, just goes, "Let's go again." And I just think it was such a perfect moment of a moment of friendship and understanding. And from her point of view, it's like
they're already out of the competition at that point because they've stopped.
Yeah, but
and he sat there feeling like, I've ruined this for her.
But for
because
her,
I
it was.
messed it up.
But the competition was nothing. She didn't want to do the competition in a sense. She only did it to be closer and play with Kosei.
She didn't care if she won or not. It wasn't about winning. It was just about having an opportunity to play with him.
Absolutely, and it's that moment of, like I said, that's why I relate to her so much. It's about wanting to be with someone in no matter what circumstances, and because the competition didn't matter to her, she just wanted to play with Kosei. And oh fuck me, I'm going again. Fuck me, how are you not going as much as I am? Fucking you're the heartless robot.
I'm the robot. I'm the human metronome.
Honestly, it's. I think there's not many animes I would say is perfect. The other anime I would say is perfect for me is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Again, every character, every side story, every rhythm and plot worked so well. And all right, that's a big saga type of thing. It's like, I want to say it's like 48 episodes or something like that. I could be wrong. So it's a big saga type of series, but it's done so well. It has so much meaning as well. But for a romantic story, I can't imagine.
I think Your Lie in April, I think, is one of the best animes I've ever seen.
And there's thousands of animes about, and we can all say this is the best and whatever. Look, we all have our own personal opinions, but fuck me, yeah. Your Lie in April, it is so good. We're really running over time, and I know we look. This is late at night for both of us. We need to go to bed, but I hope.
I'm old, man.
We're both old. Fuck me, Jesus Christ. But I just want to say that hopefully this is, if you haven't watched it and you've, regardless of the spoils, you go out your way. I hope this makes you go out of the way and go, I'll find a way to watch this, and things like that. But is there anything you want to say about this that I haven't picked up, I haven't said that you want to say? Because I know I've done a lot of the talking in this one.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. Like I said, obviously we've talked about the show and how. Because the other thing with the show is, because I know it said it's for ages 8 and up.
Fuck no, no.
I do wonder if that's why they made it a bit lighter.
Oh, you mean the stage show? I thought you meant
the stage show.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because they were doing it for ages 8 and up. I think that's why they had to.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Because like obviously Kosei's mum. Oh, she's so much darker.
Oh.
In the anime,
yeah,
than what she was. Like, I thought she was brilliant in the show. The actress was brilliant in the show. I thought she was really good.
Yeah,
but the character in the anime is so much worse.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. And again, we'll leave it for you to watch the anime or read the manga if you need to do it that way around. I'll just say one more thing. Again, my hyperfixation on this show that I've started to listen to more classical music, specifically from the anime, and there's loads of like let's see if I can play a quick music. This song that plays more or less in every episode. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
That noise.
Yeah.
That can get me going all of a sudden. Absolutely gets me going, and that gets played once an episode. And
I've already told you that I've got Kaori's wig.
Yeah.
And I found a dress, and I'm gonna get.
No, fuck it. If you book me to shoot this cosplay, I will deny you 100%. Because I'll probably see you and cry in front of you.
Honestly, when I get it together, you have to shoot it. I don't want anyone else to shoot it.
I will shoot you with a gun. Don't you worry.
It's got to be you.
Oh no, shit.
It has to be.
It will have to be me, yeah. Honestly, I honestly.
And you're crying while you do it.
Yeah, oh man. Oh god, because
You're
she's
just there with the camera and you're like, can you just move your arm a bit, please?
yeah. You had so much to live for. I don't understand. Why did you have to die? Oh man, no. I as I said, I don't care if people say I'm a pussy for crying. Look,
No, you're not.
we're all human.
Real men cry.
Absolutely 100%. And if you don't think that's true, then so be it. But I'm telling you, it's no harm, no shame to say what I'm saying, and for you to say the same. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, it's getting late for us. We need to go to bed. I've got work tomorrow and all that.
I've got work tomorrow. Ugh.
And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Lele's going to say goodbye. Bye, guys.
Bye.